Hello, everyone. Good evening. Hello.
Good evening, ma'am.
Am I audible? Is it fine?
Yes, yes, ma'am.
Okay. Okay. Should I wait for more people or should we start with the session now? Okay. So till now, how is it going? It's fine. Week one. How is week one?
Good.
It's good.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Yeah. So I think everybody knows in today's session what we are going to do, right? I'm not going to I'm not going to give you any summary or anything. We will just be clearing your doubts, okay? And if you don't have any doubts, I have five, six questions, okay? So I will be asking you that questions and you have to answer it. Is it fine?
Yes, fine, ma'am.
Fine, everyone. I'm only hearing one voice. What about others?
Ma'am, can you say it one more time?
Okay. So basically, in today's sessions, I'm not going to tell you or give you the summary of the week one. Okay. I will be taking your doubts. And if you don't have any doubts, I will be giving you like five or six questions to solve. Like I will be asking you questions and you have to answer that. Is it fine?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
Sure.
ma'am.
Okay. So, okay, fine. So till now, like week one is clear to everyone?
Yes,
Yes, ma'am.
ma'am.
Sure. Okay. Okay, what do you mean by descriptive and inferential statistics? Anyone?
Uh, can I say?
Yeah, tell me.
Descriptive statistics means we describe or summarize our data, and
Okay,
inferential means after summarizing or describing the data, we just derive conclusion from that.
that's an inferential statistics, right?
Yeah.
Okay, okay, okay. So, okay, can anyone tell me about time series and cross-sectional data? What's the difference between them?
Uh, Time series is data where when a particular data is collected for the multiple period of time,
Mm-hmm.
and cross sectional is a data is collected multiple places and at a single time.
Okay, good. Anyone else? Like if you want to speak, you can just raise your hands. You can speak. It's fine.
Can I speak, ma'am?
Yeah, sure.
Ma'am, basically, time series data is a data observed over a time in a short terms. In short words, when
Mm-hmm.
we follow a trend and tracking that data like a stock market price of some stock.
Correct.
And cross-sectional data is something like we are taking the multiple data objects from multiple cases or places
Mm,
at a one single point of time.
correct.
If I can give an example, it's like a population of an country in
Mm,
some year, like a 2010, 2020,
mm-hmm.
or a annual report of the company.
Annual report of the company. Yeah, or we can say yearly sales.
Yes, that's can also. There are many examples.
There are many examples. Okay. So I think time series and cross-sectional is clear to everyone, right? Okay. So can you define the scales of measurement? Anyone else? Yeah, Karthik. Okay. Anyone like other than Karthik? No one wants to speak. Okay, fine. Karthik.
Um, Basically scale of measurement, it's like a various levels of measurement. So in that, there is a first called as a nominal data, which is considered as a categorical data type, which does not have meaningful order. Uh, it's just that that data have the labels from which we can identify that data.
Okay.
After that, there is a second called as ordinal data, which is slightly take the features of the nominal data, but have its own thing, like it we can order the data,
Mm-hmm.
and that data can be ordered in ranking, specific arrangement. It's
Correct.
exhibit
Next.
the properties of nominal data. And there is a
Correct.
third called as a interval data. It's a
Mm-hmm.
numerical data. Before we discuss nominal and ordinal data, that two are categorical, but interval
Category.
data is like a numerical data.
Mm.
It
Good.
has a property of ordinal data,
Mm.
and the interval between the values is expressed in terms of fixed unit,
Mm.
which we can measure.
Okay.
But there is a thing that it does not consist of a true 0 point. Basically, in simpler terms, if we express some zero value, it does not mean nothing.
Mm.
It has something value.
Correct. Okay.
And after that, finally, the ratio scale. This data is also the numerical data type. This data have the all properties of interval data and exhibit that interval data by having the property of true 0 point, in which we performs operations like multiplication, division. Basically, in interval data, we can also perform like a addition and subtraction only. But in ratio scale, we can perform all the mathematical operations.
Good. That's right. So I think so all of you know about the absolute zero term, like you know the concept of absolute zero, right? Everyone?
I am confused about this absence of zero or absolute zero.
Okay. Okay. So basically, uh, if here I have, okay, let me explain. So what do you mean by absolute zero? Okay. So we have two concepts here. Okay. One is in like in interval scale, we have, do we have an absolute zero or not? We have no absolute zero. Okay. What do you mean by no absolute zero? That means, okay, let's take an example, like temperature in Celsius. Okay. So if I'm saying it's 0 degrees Celsius, okay. So does that mean that there is no temperature? What do you mean by the 0 degrees Celsius?
Very cold weather.
Yeah, it's a very cold weather, you can say. Matlab, like it's having a meaning, right? Like
Yes.
okay, in general, if I say the value is 0, that means there is nothing, no meaning, correct? But here, 0 degrees Celsius is having a meaning. That's why it is saying it's a no absolute zero. That means that zero value is having some value. It's not like meaning that there is an absence of something. There is a presence of something. Correct? Okay. Then in ratio scale, we have absolute zero. Okay. That means like zero is having like zero means like nothing is there. Okay. So basically, if I say a height, okay, so my height is zero. What do you mean by zero? Like no height, right?
There will be no
Yes,
You,
ma'am.
Yes. Yes.
yeah,
Yes, ma'am.
you have
But
any doubt,
ma'am,
like, yeah,
height is zero. It is centimeter.
or you
It, it, ma,
see,
it
absolute
is
zero means
it is
the absence of something. Okay,
okay,
there is
okay,
an
okay,
absence of something. Okay,
okay, ma'am.
just a second. Dung, who has raised the hands? Can you just, yeah, you can speak.
Hello.
Someone has
So
raised the,
my doubt is in activity 1.3, question number 3.
Okay, just a second. Let me just complete this doubt, then I'll come back to you. Okay?
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
fine. Okay. So, where was I? Okay. So, in ratio scale, we have absolute zero. What do you mean by absolute zero? The absence. Okay. So, that means if the value is zero, that means there is nothing. Okay. My height is zero. That means no value. It's an absence of height, right? My weight is zero. Correct? Income is zero. Age is zero. That means zero is denoting like there is an absence of something. Now you understood the difference between no absolute zero and absolute zero?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, yes, ma'am.
Sure?
Can you just
Hmm?
give me one more example for interval of no absolute zero?
No absolute zero.
Yeah, if there is any more example.
Like you can take the temperature, then what else? I guess the time. Like if it's mm, you can say that
Ma'am, time in 24
you can say the time. Yeah. So in time, like it's if it's a 12 o'clock, 6 o'clock or something. So okay, so basically
Ma'am,
when
in
you
24 hours.
yeah, in 24 hours, if you see, like in the midnight, it's basically zero,
Yes,
like it's zero like this,
yes,
right? It is written somewhat like that, right? So
yes.
what do you mean by this? It doesn't
Well,
mean that there is no time. Basically, it means it's 12 in the morning, correct?
yes, yes,
Yeah,
ma'am.
that's what. So this is no absolute zero. That means this zero represents some value. Okay. And absolute zero means this zero does not represent any value. Okay.
Okay, understood, ma'am.
Now you got it?
Yes,
Negative
yes,
marking can also be interval, right?
Sorry.
Like a paper that has negative minus marking, it can also be interval, right? Because that zero is not absolute zero there. Like if you get all
Acha,
the
mark it.
answer wrong, then it can go minus.
Minus. Correct. Okay. Now you got the point. What do you mean by absolute zero? No absolute and absolute zero. Now is it fine?
yes, yes, understood. Thanks.
Okay. Okay, fine. So this thing is clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Okay. Somebody was having in which activity?
Yeah, 1.3, question number 3.
Has anyone solved the questions, the activity questions, the practice assignment? Have you started solving it?
Yes, I have. I like it's a like subjective question. Like
It's
it's
a subjective questions.
yeah.
Okay.
So
So
my
question third,
doubt
you are
is yeah.
third. What kind
Question
of?
yeah. Activity 1.3, question number 3.
Okay.
Like it asked what kind of variable are date and day of the week. So week I like I have no confusion that week is categorical, but date are numerical. Date should be numerical data. But the correct answer is both are categorical.
Categorical. Okay. Hmm. Numerical and categorical. The answer is categorical.
Yes.
It should be numerical and categorical. Hmm. Okay, I will look into this. Okay.
Okay.
The answer. Yeah. Okay. So anything else?
No. Just this.
What about others? Or if there is no doubt, then we can start with the question then. Shall we?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay then. Okay. So the first question, An inspection officer wants to test the tensile strength of a threaded rod produced by a factory. If the inspection officer is interested to test the tensile strength of threaded rods produced by the factory in different months of the year 2022 and collected the data for the same, then choose the correct option. Which is the correct option?
It is a time series data.
Time series data.
It is the time series data.
Okay, why is it a time series data and not a cross section?
Because it was collected every month.
Interval.
In different month.
Yeah.
Over a time
Yeah,
period.
correct.
Data is
Over a-
collected.
Okay. Next question. Should we move to the next question then?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
A cricket a cricket analyst wishes to analyze the runs scored by a Virat Kohli in international matches. He analyzes the batting statistics of 10 matches randomly selected from all the international matches played by Kohli in the last 3 years and issues the following statement. Okay, so these are three statements. Statement one, the average run scored by Virat Kohli in those randomly selected 10 matches is 82.5. Statement two, Virat Kohli loses his wicket mostly at the score of 21 in international matches. And last statement, Virat Kohli has played more matches against Australia on Australian pitches than Indian pitches. Okay, so just go through the question once again. Okay, then we will move to the its subparts. Have you read the question? If you are done with reading the question, just let me know.
Yes.
Done? Okay. Let's move to the question then. Which of the following statement is or are true? Okay. So first option is sample is all the international matches played by Virat Kohli. Second, population is all the international matches played by Virat Kohli. Third, sample is 10 randomly selected international matches played by Virat Kohli in the last 3 years. And the last, population is all the international matches played by Virat Kohli in the last 3 years. So which of the options are correct? Is or are
I
correct?
think B and C
B
are
and C.
correct.
Sorry?
B and C.
B and C, yeah.
B and C.
D is the correct answer.
D is the
only
correct
correct answer.
Ma'am, why is there a constraint of last 3 years? I think it is not. Oh yeah, it is mentioned in the
Is
question.
not-
Okay, sorry.
C is also correct.
C and B.
B and C.
Yes.
Some, like, most of them are also saying D, many of them.
C and D.
Okay. So, okay.
No,
So the
D can
first
also
option,
be
D can also be correct,
also
you're
be true,
saying?
ma'am.
D is the
Yes,
only
ma'am.
answer.
Okay. So basically the answer is D only, not B and C.
Ma'am, can you explain why is D correct?
Okay.
Hello.
So, so basically, what would be my sample? Sample would be the whole, let's say the whole, sorry, the population would be my whole area. If I'm talking about any part, like if I want to test something or conclude something about a school. So my school would, like if I have to, what can I say? Okay, let's take this example only. So in this, we are analyzing the batting statistics of 10 matches, okay, played by Virat Kohli. Okay, so we are taking 10 matches, selecting 10 matches. Okay, this is my sample. Okay, so I am taking up 10 matches from the whole international matches that Virat Kohli has played in the last 3 years. Okay, so I am analyzing the runs scored, okay, by Virat Kohli in the last 3 years. So I'm like what would be my population from which I am taking the 10 matches?
Yeah, you are taking from the last 3 year ODI, like international matches
Yes.
played by Kohli.
Ma'am, what is the sample here?
What is my sample here?
10 matches.
Ma'am,
Could you please
option
repeat?
C
I think
is
your voice is
not
breaking.
correct. Why?
I'm not getting a point. Can you just repeat?
Ma'am, I'm asking what is the sample in this question?
What is the sample in this question? Okay, so basically, see, the question is asking a
The
a
sample is
cricket.
10 randomly selected matches.
Yeah. So basically, they are randomly selecting 10 matches from all the international matches that are played by Kohli in the last 3 years. So he has been they are analyzing from the data that Virat Kohli has played in the last 3 years. So basically, if I collect these data, the international matches that he has played for the last 3 years, it will be a huge data. So I would be collecting only 10 matches. Okay, I would be selecting some sample out of it. Okay, so what is my sample in this? It would be my 10 matches. Getting my point?
Ma'am, yes, ma'am. Ma'am, then option C is also correct.
Yeah, ma'am.
So this is basically my sample only. So option C is correct. Yes. So what is my sample? Sample is the 10 randomly selected international matches played by Virat Kohli in the last 3 years. Correct. That's a correct thing. That is my sample. So, but what is my population here?
Option D.
E and D are both correct. To
C
my
and D
opinion.
are correct.
Ma'am, population should be B now. Population is all the international matches played by Virat Kohli.
Mhm.
And like we analyze the sample to conclude something for population. No? So here
Correct.
the analyst is wishes to analyze the runs scored by Virat Kohli in international matches. So the population should be the all international matches, right?
Hmm.
But here, as you are saying that the population is just last 3 years of international matches played by Virat Kohli. But he is drawing conclusion for all the international matches by Virat Kohli.
Oh, yeah. All the international matches in the last 3 years. It is mentioned in the problem statement.
No, he is analyzing for all the international matches, but he's taken the 10 matches from the last 3 international matches. But he is not
Basically,
analyzing for the last
if
3 year matches.
basically, if we read the first line of the case, a cricketer analyst wish to analyze the runs scored by the Virat Kohli in international matches. There is no mention of a time in the last
Yes,
3 years. But
that's what I'm saying.
in after that, he analyzed the batting statistic of 10 matches randomly selected from all the international matches played by Virat Kohli in the last 3 years. This statement we have to follow.
Isn't it correct that the sample draws conclusion for the population?
Population, correct. Okay.
So he should have drawn he should have analyzed.
So basically we are analyzing the okay. So the first thing is the analyst is analyzing the runs scored by Virat Kohli. Okay, in all the international matches. Okay, so basically if I'm an analyst, so I am particularly analyzing the runs scored by him in all the international matches, but I can't take that data would be big, right? So I am taking out a sample. So what is my sample? My sample is my sample is the 10 matches which are random, which are selected from the last 3 years matches played by him. So that is my sample. You getting my point? Okay. See, if I got the point?
Yes.
Yeah.
So one
So
more question.
basically, I have a whole whole bunch of data, the runs scored by Virat Kohli in all the international matches. So there may be many matches. Okay, that means I'm having a big data, but I can't calculate, I can't analyze the things, right? So so what is my criteria? I am keeping my criteria that I would be selecting 10 matches, okay, which are played by Virat Kohli in the last 3 years. Getting my point? So
Yes.
this is my sample.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so one more question, ma'am.
Mhm.
So this sample is like not correct, right? This is wrong. Like, what do we call it? Like, this is not a good sample.
This
We
is
can
not
say
a
that,
good
right?
No,
Because
sample is good, but
the cricket like analyst is trying to analyze his whole career, but he's taking only last 3 years of matches in consideration. Can we say that this is not a good sample? Like because like
no,
in real
see,
life, the
uh,
Kohli's performance has been like low when compared to his whole career. The last 3 years were not as good.
no,
So
see, in all the years. So last three, that's true. Okay.
can we say this is not a
Ma'am,
good
can I
sample?
say something?
Hmm.
Ma'am, in the B option, population, it says that population is the all international matches played by the Virat Kohli. It's a
Correct.
partially correct, I think so. Because in the paragraph, they mention the last 3 years. It's a partially correct. It's not completely correct, but a partially. But if we go for the answer, we have to took 100%, means that option which is have the guarantee to be correct 100%. So we have to choose C
yeah,
and D.
yes, Karthik. So I think then C is
Yes,
the
ma'am.
only option.
C
D
and D
should
is
be not
correct.
confined to 3 years because D says that only in the last year. So I think that would not be the case here.
If sample is mentioning is from the last 3 year, then population should be from the last 3 years. If the sample mentions that it's from the international matches only, not mention the last 3 years, then population will be the only international matches from past all the matches. But if the sample is from the last 3 years, we also consider that population is also from the last 3 years. Because
Yeah.
if analysts also analyze that past all matches, it will be the very hectic analysis.
No,
Again.
but the goal, the purpose of the study is to check, to infer about the international matches, all the international matches. So I guess we should not confine that to 3 years only.
Yeah, B and C should like I have a similar like such like instance. So let's say if analyst wants to analyze for whole India, but he took only from randomly like people from only Rajasthan, but he is still analyzing the whole India. We cannot say that the whole Rajasthan is population. Just like that, here he is analyzing for Kohli's whole international matches, but he took 10 randomly matches from the last 3 years. But like
Yeah, it is
so
a valid
population
point.
should have been the all international matches, not last three, because the sample is from the last three. We cannot say that he
The word whole or all is not mentioned here. It's simply written then he wants to analyze his performance in the international matches.
yeah,
Ma'am,
but in international
can you please
matches,
check the answer? What was mentioned in that?
Yeah, I'm just checking the
Ma'am,
answer only.
because after the analyst, draws some conclusions, he draws those conclusions regarding all of the international matches,
Hmm.
right? Like the average runs are not for just 3 years.
Correct.
In
I
that
can
case, I
say
think
it
only the
from
options.
there
Yeah.
is a thing in the sports analysis. I read it about the one in article that the time period acts as a parameter that narrows the scope of analysis. Basically,
Yes.
in sport, it
Okay,
is
so
common
if you
approach.
see here, option B is like partially correct because the thing is like we are taking the sample out of the like the matches played by Kohli in the last 3 years, right? So if you see the statement, that is my population, and from that population we are taking out 10 matches, and analyzing the run scored by him. Correct?
Ma'am, can I say
Ma'am,
something?
can you repeat? Ma'am, can you repeat?
Yeah. So see, here we are so basically we are taking 10 matches, we are selecting the sample is a 10 matches, right? So these 10 matches are being selected by the from the matches played by him in the last 3 years, right?
Yes.
And the things that we are the average run scored by, like the statements that we that he here we have been provided is basically on the like the sample that we have taken, correct?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Ma'am, can I say something?
Yeah.
Ma'am, actually, according to the question, it has not been mentioned anywhere that we are seeing or we are inferring all the matches. In the first line, it is saying that we are just analyzing the international matches. It is not clear that whether we are analyzing his whole career or just 3 years. But in the next sentences, we can simply say that they are talking about the 3 years. In every typical questions that I have solved before, it is same like that. So I think like option B is not correct because according to the question, and I have solved many of questions like this, and I think according to that, option B is not correct because there is no mention about all his matches. There is only mention about 3 years.
So option C and D is correct, you are telling me.
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah,
ma'am.
ma'am.
C
Ma'am,
and D
it
is
is,
correct.
yeah, ma'am, though it is not all the international matches, but it is generally international matches.
Right.
So
Yeah, they're just
analysts,
right.
yeah.
Ma'am, we cannot rely on just predictions. It is just like written clearly that they are just giving in the first sentence, they are giving information about that we are going to analyze international matches, and after that, they are analyzing, after then, that they are confirming that we are going to analyze the matches of last 3 years.
Yeah, correct.
Here's the point.
According to me, it should be B and C.
Yeah, it might also be possible, ma'am, that this sample is not a good representation
Can
of
I
the
say something?
population,
Hmm.
but
Yeah, somebody
Ma'am, if
wanted
you
to
are
say.
considering B, then from where you are getting this? Because in the option B, it is written that all the international matches.
Ma'am,
But in the question itself, there is no mention of all his matches played by him in his entire career.
Ma'am, in the
ma'am,
first sentence,
I
if
think,
it says in
ma'am,
international
ma'am,
matches, I think it should by default refer to all international matches.
No, actually, I have solved many questions. Like, if you are from J background, it is just like that. In chemistry questions, we also like see these type of questions where in first line they just give us the context about what we are going to see in the question, and then then give the full information. It's just like that.
the first line is just for the confusing and twisting the question. I think so.
It is just saying that we are going to infer and analyze about the international matches. It is not saying all international matches. And in the next lines, it is making us clear that it is we are talking about the 3 years.
Yeah,
That you
we
said
can
is,
check other questions. We might get a clue.
ma'am, I think we should hold this question and discuss in the last.
Yeah.
We should move.
B and C are different terms.
Though C and D
So,
have the most probability.
yeah,
D
so
is
okay.
D is false because
Somebody said
population
something,
is
right? Okay, so that person is correct. I don't know the name. I'm very sorry about that. But the thing that you told me, it's correct. Yeah. So option C and D should be correct because see, the B option is partially like, okay, so the population is basically the international matches played by Virat Kohli. That's true. Okay, that is my population. But here, my sample has been taken out from the last 3 years. So basically, last 3 years would, the matches played in the last 3 years would be my population. And from that population, I'm taking out 10 matches. Correct? So that would be my sample. So basically, if you see, my C and D options are the correct option. So basically, what is my sample? The sample are the 10 randomly selected in matches, and population would be the matches played by him in the last 3 years. So,
Yes.
we are just taking that. What are the runs scored by him in the last 3 years? So we will have so many matches. Like in last 3 years, he would have played many matches. Correct. So we are just taking out 10 matches out of that, and we are analyzing the data. So when we analyzed, we got that the average run scored by him was 82.5, like that. And statement 2 and statement 3. According to that, like, so we are just taking this, we are considering the last 3 years, that is. So in that last 3 years, how many runs he scored? We are analyzing that thing.
I have different view. In the first line of the question, it is clear that analyst wishes to analyze the runs scored by Virat Kohli, not
In
in 3 years,
international,
not in
in
3 years.
international, correct.
Okay,
Yes,
so
ma'am.
should we take population with
If you
respect to
translate
the
word by
sample we
word,
do, or
if
the
you translate word by
population
word,
should we
Sorry.
if you
see the sample can be wrong, so we should not see population with respect to what sample we do, because sample can be wrong. We should
Yes, ma'am. Yeah.
we should
In
take
this case,
population
yeah,
with respect
sample
to
might not be.
what our cause was. Our cause was not to analyze 3 years but whole. So B would be correct and D would be false.
listen.
Yeah,
If you
I,
simply translate it word by word, it is just saying a cricket analyst wishes to analyze the runs scored by Virat Kohli in international matches. It is not saying all international matches or 10 before, like last 10 years or last 20 years or last 3 years. It's just saying that a cricket analyst wanted to analyze Virat Kohli's international matches. So here it is only saying that they wish to analyze. They are not saying that of 100 of past 10 years or 20 years or 3 years. But in the next sentences, they are clarifying that we have to analyze only 3 years, because it is not practically possible to analyze whole career. Like, it would be very hectic. And also, like,
yeah. So we do
if you
not
have
analyze the population.
Yes,
Yeah,
ma'am.
it is right.
if you have solved questions before, you came to know that yeah, there are some instances where many options are correct, but we have to choose the most appropriate one by using some common sense and the experience from solving the past questions.
Okay, let's keep this question on hold. Okay. In the next session, maybe I'll clear this doubt. Okay, which is the correct option. Okay, fine.
Yeah, ma'am. Yeah, it will be
Yeah,
good.
it will be more clear. Okay, so let's move to the next question then, shall we? Okay. Yeah,
Yes,
just
ma'am.
let's hold this thing. In the next session, let's see. Like, I'll just go through this once again. Okay, and I'll let you know. Okay.
Okay, thank you, ma'am.
Yeah. Now, the second question is the statistical analysis that has helped to reach at statement 2 is, okay, so this is the statement 2. So is it a descriptive statistics or it is a inferential?
Inferential, ma'am. At this score of
Inferential?
21.
Yeah, it should
Yeah.
be
Yeah.
inferential.
It is inferential. Correct.
Inferential.
Okay. Yeah. Now, choose the incorrect statement. Now tell me which is the incorrect statement.
Ma'am, I want a clarification on battery life. Is it reported in hours?
It's in
So,
hours.
um,
Ma'am, what is the meaning by number of deliveries faced by batsman?
Means deliveries like I think it's they the bowling, right? They deliver 0 balls, 1 ball, 1 delivery, like that.
that is cricket specific terminology. And yeah, even I don't know, man. Number of deliveries.
Okay, so delivery is basically that a baller delivers like balls,
I
right?
think
The shots the batsman like played, whatever.
This statement is true because number of deliveries are the balls faced by or overs faced by a batsman.
no, ma'am, if number of deliveries means number of balls faced by a batsman, then I think this statement is false, as if he scored 0 balls, so
Correct.
this means nothing.
Correct. So basically, this would be a which scale of measurement?
Ratio.
Ratio.
Ma'am,
That's not
ratio.
Scale
interval
measurement.
scale of measurement. B is not
So
interval scale. It
sorry,
should be ratio, I think.
which one?
B1.
Ratio
Yeah,
would
B
correct.
is
Yeah, it should be
incorrect.
ratio. So this is not an interval scale of measurement. This is basically my ratio scales. That means my option B is incorrect statement. Okay. Okay. Now what about the other?
C is also incorrect
Why?
Ma'am, C is
because you
correct.
cannot say defender is better than midfielder or forward.
Ma'am,
Like
both
they are
B
different
and
positions.
C are.
You cannot
Ma'am,
say.
C also.
I think it's correct,
If
ma'am.
you ask like soccer position on the ground, like if you the ground
C
picture,
is
So
also.
basically,
then we
yes.
can see
So
that that is
basically, what do you
forward.
mean by ordinal scale? Ordinal scale is basically we are ordering it. Okay. So the
Yeah.
name here is defender, midfielder, forward. That's the places that are the places that are given to the footballers. So defender is basically near uh
Goal. Near the
basically
goal.
the near the goalkeeper and all. Midfielder is in the middle of the field. So these are basically the places that the player has to be there. So it's not like they are not in order. Fine. So that's why it's not an ordinal scale of measurement. Fine. These are just the names. Now, fourth one,
It is correct.
It's
it's
correct.
It is
correct.
correct.
So the
D
marital
is correct.
status is a nominal scale of measurement. So question please clear to everyone?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Okay. Now, which of the following variables has or have ratio scale of measurement? Temperature in Kelvin, temperature in centigrade,
The
year and
temperature in
angle.
Kelvin.
Sorry.
Temperature in
Temperature in
Kelvin.
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 Then
Angle. Angle measured in
Angle.
degree.
angle. That's it.
Angle measured in degree.
Sorry.
Yeah, A and D only.
Yeah, ma'am.
A and D only. Yeah. So temperature. Okay. Why is temperature in Kelvin a ratio scale?
Like, because it has zero and
Ma'am,
there's nothing below
because
zero. At
0
zero is
Kelvin
absolute.
means
Absolute zero is
nothing.
Because
possible.
in the
Zero.
Kelvin degree, in Kelvin temperature, 0 means nothing. But in
Ma'am,
centigrade, it means something.
it is
Okay.
ma'am absolute zero.
Yes, sir. I'm a bit confused about Kelvin scale. Does 0 Kelvin means no temperature?
Yeah, it means no, there is no thermal energy or anything, nothing.
Actually, it means I think absolute zero means there are
Yeah,
no
it's
negative
There
values
is
after
absolute
that.
zero.
Hmm. Okay. So basically, the temp like we have temperature in Celsius and Fahrenheit. That's a interval scale of measurement. Only the temperature in Kelvin is the temperature, which is a ratio scale of measurement, because the value 0 basically means there is no temperature. Right? If you are saying it's a 0 degree Celsius, it doesn't mean that it doesn't have any temperature. It is having a temperature like it's very cold, right? It is having a meaning. But in Kelvin, it doesn't have any meaning. Fine?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
Uh,
ma'am.
okay. Shall we proceed with the for the next question?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. A class teacher wants to collect feedback from students of the class. The teacher hands out a blank sheet to each student to obtain descriptive input and suggestions of the class. The data collected by the class teacher is what? Structured or unstructured?
Unstructured.
Unstructured.
Unstructured data.
It's an unstructured.
Option D.
It's unstructured.
Okay, so the last question. The data of students enrolled in BSc Data Science degree at IITM is collected and shown in the table given below. Okay, so this is the table. We have a column as roll number, then we have name, then we have course, number of assignment, marks, and teachers review. Okay, now the first question is, what is the scale of measurement of number of assignments submitted?
Ratio.
Ratio.
Ratio scale.
It's a ratio scale. Why it is a ratio scale?
Ma'am, because it shows the
Ma'am,
absolute 0 point.
zero number.
Because 0 means
Yes, ma'am.
no assignment submitted. Nothing.
Correct.
Also, it is ratio. Like we can say two
Yes.
assignment is twice the one assignment.
Okay, so everyone agrees with it. It's a ratio scale.
Yeah, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, fine. Okay, fine. Now, second question. Which of the following is a case?
298.
298.
298.
290. Everybody okay with this answer?
Yeah, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes.
Now, what kind of variable is
Yes,
marks?
ma'am.
Numerical and
Numerical and continuous. Continuous.
Numerical and
And
continuous.
continuous.
Mark, it's
Continuous.
Why is it
Because
continuous?
ma'am, because there is a decimal.
Ma'am, sorry, I have a confusion.
If
I
it is a
don't.
discrete, then it should not
Ma'am,
have a decimal point.
Sorry. One by one, please.
ma'am, I have a doubt. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know what is a continuous and discrete value actually.
Okay. So basically, discrete is what? Discrete is like
Whole number.
the whole number. If we say we are having if you see here, this is 1, 2, 3, 4. So I have discrete points, right? Which is 1, 2, 3, and 4. Correct? I'm having discrete points here. Correct? But if you see here, I'm having decimals. So this is okay. Let me take an example. Okay. So let's take I've had data. Okay. Basically, it is showing. Okay, my column is the number of, like, it's about a house. It is about a apartment. Okay. So I'm having number of floors here. Okay. Then I'm having number of rooms here. Okay. And the we can say I'm having the square feet, like the measurement of the room, the square feet. Okay. I'm having this data. Fine. Now, so number of floors is basically the number of floors, not the number of floors, the floor number. Okay. So I'm having floor numbers like 1, 2, 3, 4. Like these are I'm having 4 floors. Okay. Then I'm having rooms. So how many rooms are there in one floor, which is basically I'm having 3 floor. Then I'm in the second floor, I'm having 2. Then in the third floor, I'm having again 2. In the fourth floor, again, I'm having 3 rooms. Okay. So if you see here, it is basically taking discrete values. Correct? What are the values? 1, 2, 3, 4. In the room column also, I'm having 2 discrete values, which is 3 and 2. Now, if I'm having a data as square feet, like the measurement of the room. So basically it is 6,223.33 something. Then I'm having this as 6,400. 2 point something something. Okay, then this is like 5,600 something 0.8 something like that. So basically, I can't have like these are not distinct points, correct? And these square like these are my measurements, right? So I would be like if I'm saying what like if I have to denote this column, I would be denoting my that the measurement of the rooms is in an interval.
These are my measurements.
Uh, can you just mute yourself? Now you understand?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Yeah. So basically, my discrete values, which is like are the discrete, like some points, 1, 2, 3. Continuous is we are generally uh, like showing it in an interval. Okay, from 0 to 1, or you can say from 600 to 800. Like in the values are between these. So it can be decimal, it can be a whole number, anything. So it is basically inside that interval. So that is my continuous.
Okay. Understood.
Understood?
Yes.
Yeah. So basically
And ma'am,
my
in discrete, there is no interval.
huh? What?
In discrete, there is no interval.
No interval. Okay. Now you got the difference between discrete and continuous. Just remember that discrete is basically the exact points. Okay, the whole numbers.
Okay.
It's not basically not a whole number, it's the exact points. If we have distinct points, that's my discrete. Okay. Continuous is what? If I can manage, like if I can observe that value in an interval, then only it's a continuous variable. Fine?
Understood.
Yeah. So basically, here my marks is these are numericals, okay, but these are like 57.2. Some of them can have point as like 57.3. Some of them can have 57.5. So I can't just like if I have to show anyone like what are the marks, so I can't just possibly if I'm having a 10 like tons of data, correct? So I won't be having distinct values. These are not distinct. So I would be displaying that the marks are in between 60 to 80, something like that. So I would be displaying it like this, correct? I won't be displaying the whole the distinct values, right?
Correct.
Now you understood?
Yes. Yes. Understood.
Okay. Okay, fine. What about others?
I have one question, slightly not related to this subject. Can I ask?
Not this subject means this week one.
Okay, just let me put it.
Mhm.
There is three kind of session: TA session, live session, and open session. What is the difference?
Live and open sessions are same.
Okay, and then TA session.
TA
So
sessions are
like
taken by I think the first session was the TA session only that are taken by the TAs.
there are in my schedule there are a lot of overlapping sessions, so I need to decide which I should attend. कौन सा है जिसमें I ask questions and which is the summary of lectures?
Okay, so basically the thing is the first see the this Friday is the open session and the next week Friday is also having an open session. Okay, so these open sessions or as you say live sessions are taken by the instructors. Okay.
Okay.
So now this 2 week, we won't be taking any summary. We won't be giving you any summary. We just be taking out your doubts. We would be asking your doubts only. Correct? Because we have like the live the sessions and everything, the recordings and everything have been provided in the portal. Okay. So you have to go through that and we would be taking up asking you the doubts in the open session. If you want the summary, after May 3rd, like in the with the qualifier term, sorry, with the qualified people, we will be again having a live sessions for week 1, week 2, and week 3 after May 30. Okay, then you can join again and like watch the like attend the live sessions for the summary and all. So we would be repeating it again. Got my point?
Got it.
Yeah.
And
So this
TA
2
and
weeks we
instructor
would
do the same thing.
TAs and instructors do the same. See, mostly they do the same thing only.
Doubt something. Okay, got it.
Yeah, doubt only. So have you attended any TA sessions for stats? One.
Yes, I did.
You have?
Yes.
Okay, fine.
Prerna Gupta is TA. I think.
Prerna Gupta is TA.
I guess yes.
No, Prerna Gupta is not a TA. She's an instructor.
Ma'am, I
Okay.
have a doubt. Can I ask?
Oh, I'm confused. But
Yeah, it's fine.
moreover, I got it. My point.
Okay, you got the point, right? So I think everybody got the point, I guess. So these 2 weeks, today's week 1 session and the next week 2 sessions, there won't be any summary sessions. Okay?
Okay.
Everybody got the point?
Okay.
Yeah.
Ma'am,
Okay.
excuse me.
So I expect you to watch the recordings and everything and come to the session. Fine?
Ma'am, I have a doubt.
I have
Yeah.
follow-up before that.
Sorry?
I have follow-up for my question. Lectures are too long and I think unnecessarily long.
Which
So
one?
is there any shorter way? I think moreover every lecture is longer than required. So
The professor's lecture.
yes.
Okay.
So is there any shorter version of lectures on YouTube, etc.? Can you suggest, because you have gone through
We have
this?
provided the best live sessions in the portal under the supplementary content. You can watch that.
I've seen it is also most part of it is like doubt clearing.
No, there is one summary session also. I think the first live session 1 is like summary session, I guess.
Okay. Got
Yeah,
it.
just go through it. Yeah.
I am
Okay.
done. Next one can ask.
Yeah,
Ma'am, excuse me, I had one doubt.
Yeah, tell me.
Apart from stats, I have one doubt actually about the degree. One doubt. May I ask?
About the degree.
May I ask one thing?
Yeah, sure.
Ma'am, those who are doing this online IIT MBS degree, so what's better, doing dual degree or standalone degree or doing this degree with a job?
What, you are having a job or any other degree?
For IIT Madras, I am saying.
Yeah. No. Are you doing anything else other than this degree?
Till now, no.
No. Okay. So what do you prefer? See, it depends upon person to person. If you're able to manage this degree as well as work or as well as other degree also, then you can do it. If you like know yourself that I can handle only one thing at a time, then you should focus on this one thing. But in this one thing also, you should gain like knowledge. Like you should not, learn the theory part and all. You should gain knowledge, like practical knowledge, where we can apply these kind of things, like this kind of like the content that we are giving you, these kind of content where we can apply practically to the everyday life or where we can use it.
So would you suggest any website or anything where we can research about the practical applications of this?
Just go through, you can go through ChatGPT also. So if you just give a prompt that what are the real life examples or anything, it will give you the answer.
Okay. Ma'am, I wanted to say that like if I go to any website, then like I can see even animations like that. So if you would know about that.
Any website
Where I can see practical applications of stats.
stats is basically
I think YouTube.
I'll on
Just
YouTube
search on
also.
YouTube.
Like it just type that topic that you want. Then
Okay.
I think you will get many websites and all. You just look, because I'm also not aware of the good website, so I need to check which is a good website. Okay.
Okay, ma'am.
Ma'am, I'll also doubt apart from state.
Apart from, okay.
Ma'am, can we join the event of NIT also by the iCard of that IIT Madras?
Sorry, I don't know about that.
Can we
No, you cannot.
finish our session first, then we can
We
take.
can go
Yeah,
visit for
okay. Okay,
Like,
just a second. Just a second. Okay. Sajal or Sajal, I don't know how to pronounce it, but are you there?
yeah.
Who is Sajal?
his username is number, his phone number.
Okay, you are there. Okay, okay, fine. So you're having a doubt in ration in interval scale, right? Okay. Okay, so basically what's the difference between ration and interval scale? See, in interval scale, we have the main difference is in interval we have no absolute zero, and in ratio scale we have absolute zero. Okay. In interval, like we can add and subtract, but in ratio we can do all the mathematical operations. Fine. Okay. So do you understand by absolute zero thing, the concept? Okay. So you got the yeah, in Kelvin. So now you are clear with the ratio and interval scale. In ratio, we can we have if you say the temperature, okay, if you take an example of ratio, like the difference between the ratio and interval scale. So in interval scale, we can't say if the temperature inside. So the temperature inside the room, it is basically 20 degrees Celsius, and outside the room is like 40 degrees Celsius. So you can't say the temperature inside the room is or the temperature outside the room is double the temperature of inside the room, correct? You can't say it like that. So in ratio scale, we can compare it. Okay, so in interval, we can't compare it. It is basically in interval form. At ratio, we can compare it. We can say it's double than that number. Okay, or triple or half of the, we can say it's half of that number or like that. You understood?
Ma'am, pardon? Could you repeat, please?
Which part?
The last part. That comparison part which you told.
The comparison part.
Yes,
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
ma'am.
Okay. So basically, see, if I'm having, let's say for example, I can say my age is double the age of my sister. I can say that, or my age is triple the age of my sister. Correct? So I can compare it. I can say she is
Yeah.
triple of my age, she is double of my age, but in interval scale, we can't say it like that. Like she is you take the temperature. I can't say the temperature outside my room is double the temperature inside my room. I can't in temperature, I can't say it like that, right? I can only say that
Yeah.
it's the difference between my temperature is like 20 degrees Celsius.
Yes, ma'am.
Correct? Yeah. So that's the difference. So in interval, we can just do the addition and subtraction, but in ratio scale, we can do all the arithmetic operations. Okay? Like we can compare it. In
No,
interval, we
like the
can't
age.
compare it.
Like age, can we
Correct.
ratio
Age,
skill
height, or the marks,
get?
or correct. Now you got it?
Yeah, ma'am.
Okay. The person who was asking me this, Sajal, how do you pronounce the name? Okay. Now is the point clear to everyone?
Yeah, ma'am.
Okay. So week 1 is
Yeah.
clear to everyone?
Yes, ma'am.
No other
Yes, ma'am.
doubts?
No.
Yeah, ma'am. Clear.
Clear. Okay.
Madam, I have a doubt that we can get more questions for practicing.
Sorry, can you repeat?
Can we get more questions to practice?
Have you done with the activity questions, the practice assignment?
Yes, but to build confidence more
More
questions.
more questions. Have you done graded assignment is also completed?
No, I didn't completed graded assessment.
Yeah, then try to finish that one.
The graded assignment scores will be considered now, ma'am. If
Correct.
once I
Yeah.
attempt it wrong,
Hmm.
what is
Hmm?
if once I attempt it wrong, then my grade will be become reduced now.
So you won't be attempting it?
I will attempt, but to build confidence that I have
Okay,
grip
okay.
I think you can reattempt it till the date.
But he won't know, no, that his question is right or wrong. He will only know when after deadline.
They will not gonna tell you the answer.
Yeah, the practice assignments are like practice for practice.
See, if you have done activity questions and practice assignment, that's more than enough. Right. And
Also,
on the top of that, graded assignment is also done, then it's more than enough. But if you want to do more questions, then I guess you have to search the internet, right?
I
Or you
Ma'am, the
can just
I
go
question
know
through
one
practice
website. May I
tests.
say, ma'am?
Hmm?
I know one website. May I say?
Yeah, sure.
One boy was asking, you can try is grade. There are few extra practice questions are there.
one questions.
Hmm.
So I was going through all the all term lectures of Stats 1, and there were like solve with us sessions. But in this term's calendar, there is no mention of solve with us sessions. Will there be any solve with us live sessions?
Solve with those live sessions. Yeah, there
Yeah.
will be yeah, there will be.
So so it will be after like 1 or 2 weeks because the like calendar don't
Yeah,
have
it
that.
will be with the qualifier.
Okay,
Yeah.
thank you.
In the foundation.
ma'am,
Yes.
ma'am, can we get hard copy of the book that was provided in the course introduction part?
Yeah. Oh, we can't.
As there is no link for Amazon or anything else is given in that.
You just
Only a PDF is provided. Can we
PDF
get
is
hard
provided.
copy of that? Yes,
No,
ma'am.
you can't get the hard copy of that. You can. Why don't you just print it or something? You're not getting the books.
It is not available. Like it is very costly.
Okay, just
So
print it then.
some like not good methods are you can always try and look for sites like Z archives.
And ma'am, the questions that you practiced us today, from where we get it?
It is basically from I think the assignment only, I think. Yeah, the assignments only I got it. And some of them were
Ma'am,
from previous year questions.
So now, are we going to solve any more questions, or are you going to
No.
take doubts?
Now,
Yeah, like 1 hour is remaining in this session.
nothing is remaining. It's done. If you're having any more doubts, if you're not having any more doubts, we can end the session.
Oh, okay.
Ma'am, I have one doubt. Hello, ma'am.
Yes.
Not related to stats. I don't know whether you are the right person to ask this question, but you are the only hope for me now. Actually, it is related to registration. Actually, I paid the fees and I got the fees return. So I don't see the register subjects in my dashboard. So I wrote to support about this, but they are not replying. Like I'm mailing them since last 10 days. Still, I am not getting any reply. I got
Okay.
one reply to. That I got the refund and I have to pay the fees again, but I don't know where to pay the fees because that registration link is already expired.
So
And
have you mailed them that it's the about
yes,
this thing?
yes, ma'am, I am mailing them every day. In day, I am mailing 10 to 15 times, but still there
Okay.
is no response. So I am worrying that my term will get lapsed. So is there anything you can help me out?
Have you
I mean,
contacted them? There would be some numbers or something, phone number.
yes, ma'am, that support number is there. I'm
Mm.
calling them every day 100 times, but there is no response. That call is either not received or it's just no response from the call.
Okay. So basically, I don't have any hands in it. This is the work of support team only. Like
Mhm.
it's
You
like
can add Bharti ma'am in CC.
no.
Generally, support will come.
Let me just talk to them. Let me see. Yeah, by Monday. Okay. Yeah, I'll see to it.
Okay, okay, but how can I connect to you, ma'am? Because this is the session link. So again, there is no person to also contact me to speak about this because support every day I'm writing mail, but still no response. Already 1 week is gone, and I'm just worrying that my term will not get lost lapse.
Mm. Just wait. Maybe just wait for one more day. I guess on Monday or Tuesday.
Can I
Uh-huh.
say something? I think you should try creating a ticket on support desk.
Yes,
This
yes,
is the
I created 2 tickets, but
okay.
still I don't know why they are not responding.
Mm.
Yes. How many days have passed?
Sorry?
Like, when did you create ticket? Because it generally takes 2 or 3 days at max.
Yeah, I created at the time of registration only. Because I received the mail that refund is initiated. I asked in Google Meet session also. They said no need to worry. I wrote the support that time. They said your subjects are already registered. And after 3 4 days, I got refund. So I was not able to see the registered subjects in dashboard. So I again wrote the mail. They said your refund is done. So you have to repay the fee. But I don't know where to pay the fee because that registration link is already expired. So I can't. I'm not able to pay the fees also. And I'm writing mail to them every day, but still I'm not getting any response from them.
You should contact the support desk or the support team only because yeah, we are not the right person for these kind of
Is there
things.
anyone you know, ma'am, in support? You can at least tell them if some issue is like this, so they can look after or something like that.
Let me see. I have to look like who are there in the support team because I don't know who are there in the support team.
Uh-huh. Or any like if any somebody's numbers that I can contact.
Sorry, I don't have any numbers also.
Okay. So please check, ma'am, if you can help me out with something.
Yeah, yeah, on Monday, let me see
Okay, okay, ma'am.
about the
So,
issue.
okay, ma'am. So, is there any way I can connect to you, like your email or something?
Yeah, my mail ID is Swati, SWATHYSS@study.iitm.ac.in.
Can you pardon, ma'am?
Once again, could you repeat?
Swati, SWATHY.
Okay, Swati.
SS.
Swati S.
S
S.
Yes.
@study.iitm.ac.in.
Then could you share in
Okay,
chat?
ma'am.
I couldn't get it.
Ma'am, is the session over? Can we just leave?
Yeah, you can leave.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you,
Okay, ma'am.
everyone.
Ma'am, it's recorded or not?
Sorry.
मैम लेक्चर रिकॉर्ड हो रहा है नहीं?
Yeah, it's recording.
Ma'am, I'm just repeating your mail ID.
Yeah, I've
Swati dot.
written in the chat box. You can just copy it.
Okay, ma'am. Yeah. Thank you, ma'am.
Okay, so week 1 is clear to everyone. Today's session is clear to everyone.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so yeah, if no more doubts are there, you can leave the meet. Thank you, everyone.
Yeah. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Ma'am, one doubt.
Hmm.
Ma'am, will these live sessions be posted in the website under recorded sessions?
Correct. Yeah. Not the recorded. Yeah. It will be on the calendar.
Oh, I couldn't access the calendar in the website, ma'am.
You couldn't access the
Like
calendar.
it didn't show in the site. I don't know where to
Like
go and check.
your voice is breaking. Hello.
Is my voice clear now?
Yeah.
Ma'am, is my voice audible?
Yeah. Now you're audible.
Yeah. So I don't know how to access the calendar from the website.
Just under the about the course column, you will be having like there are different links, right? So in that there is one, I think there is one link as calendar.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, just from there you can access the calendar.
Okay, ma'am, I shall try that.
Yeah, just
Ma'am,
try it.
I one doubt, ma'am. Ma'am, can we go NIT by iCard of IIT Madras?
Sorry, I don't know about this.
Okay. Thank
Yeah.
you, ma'am.
Okay. Thank you, everyone. Let's see you in the next week then. Okay. Bye, everyone.
Bye, ma'am.
Bye.
Thank you, ma'am.
Okay. Bye.
Bye, ma'am.